SPS 3 sites here on Interstate 20. We've done the last 3 first and the first 2 last, if that makes any sense. You can see here where they've seal coated around the section of the SPS 3 sites were accepted on this work. And you come right into the thin overlay section here. It is beginning to show extensive fatigue cracking. It's pretty faint. I'll try and point it out. You can see here through the middle of the lane, quite a bit of cracking. It gets a little bit more apparent as we get further into the wheel path where it starts to get more obvious. There's where you really start to see fatigue cracking there in the inside wheel path, fatigue cracking down the middle. Some launch-through cracking where it hasn't really quite developed into fatigue yet. Station fatigue is pretty constant through the inside wheel path, associated with quite a bit of pumping. See the gray discoloration all around all the cracks. See some of the fatigue there in the outside wheel path. Cracks. Going to be it's already fairly heavily distressed, but I'm anticipating that what's happening is that porous friction course underneath is stripping the moisture trapped in that layer. Lens cap pulling out of my hand. That porous friction course has got water trapped in it. It's beginning to come undone. And that's going to shell out and take with it the inch and a half overlay on the surface. Station 3, transverse crack. It's pretty good evidence, I guess you could say, of what I'm anticipating. You can see how the transverse crack is reflected in the 2 cracks. I'm actually depressed already quite a bit, almost 1/4 of an inch. Water to get in and just accelerate the deterioration, ultimately allowing material above that crack to come loose. Anyway, essentially I think the same thing will happen where all the fatigue cracking is beginning to be apparent. There's another one of the transverse cracks. Difficult section to conduct the survey on, simply because there are a lot of cracks, but they're not real continuous. You can see the fatigue. You have to get right in there to see it, but there's definitely quite a bit of fatigue through the inside wheel path. Outside wheel path, about 4+50. Needless to say that there is a considerable amount of distress, and it won't be long before I suspect they'll be wanting to do some maintenance rehab to this section as well. Looking to the west, you can see the next section, 48D320, the slurry seal. We're moving to next. Looking back to the east, over the test section, and back towards Abilene. With that, I'll conclude the video here for section 48D320. 48D310 on Interstate 20 in Mitchell County. 48D320